Hi everyone. If you're just starting out with ukulele, you might be wondering what you should buy because there's lots of different kinds. So there's four different ones, but the ones you're probably most likely to want are the soprano ukulele. And this is an example of this. So it's nice and small, looks like a toy, um, but is perfect to begin with. The only thing is if you've big hands or you just find it's just too small and you're not comfortable with it, you can get a concert ukulele, and that's just a little bit bigger. So they're the two main ones that you might be looking for. A couple of things that you might want to look at. I suppose there's kind of three things that are very important. Your budget will be important. As instruments go, ukuleles are pretty cheap. So even if you're getting the top of the range one, you might be just spending a few hundred, which would be very cheap for other instruments. But you can get a fairly decent one for around 50 euros, $50, something around that. Obviously, the more you pay, usually you'll get a better sound as well. So you can buy within your budget. So I'm just going to show you a couple. So this is my favorite ukulele, and this is what it sounds like. My dog has fleas. So that's how we know it's in tune. So then this is another soprano ukulele. So it just has a slightly different sound. Still nice and bright. These ukuleles will both be a bit more expensive. So I think this one was about 150 or something, and this one was expensive. This is about 260. So this is a travel ukulele, so it's quite thin. So it's really handy if you are traveling. They all these soprano ones will fit in your bag anyway, in your handbag, but you can see this one is a good bit thinner. So that's kind of a handy one. Then, if you're looking for something more budget, we've got something like this. This is a Kerala. So this is grand, you know, it costs about 20 euros. It's dead cheap. Like, I bought a couple of these for my kids, so this one I think is quite good. The other one's the same brand, just a different colour, and it just doesn't stay in tune quite as well. So, you know, there just isn't that consistency with the cheaper instruments. But this is fine, and the good thing about this as well is if you just want to try it out and you're not sure if you're going to stick with ukulele, there's no harm in just buying something cheap. But if it's very cheap and it doesn't sound good, then you probably won't keep playing ukulele because you'll be demoralized and fed up because it sounds dreadful. So if we just listen to the difference, we've got so this is a lot clearer and a lot nicer. This is kind of more muffled, but it's good. You can live with it. So then we have this other one that I got when my little fellow was a toddler. I thought it'd be really cute. And it looks pretty much like the others. It's very pretty, but it is shocking. So, okay, so I did just tune this a second ago. Kind of in tune, I know. It literally goes out of tune as fast as you tune it. If you have something that bad, it's just not worth it. And the reason why this is so bad is because these are called the tuning pegs here. It just they move basically, so there's nothing to kind of grip them. So you're tightening the strings to tune it, but then it just literally turns itself. So what you want in any ukulele you get is you want these kind of heads. They're called geared tuning pegs, and you can always use a little screwdriver as well if you need to tighten them up. Can you see these properly? So that's what you want, even though these ones are slightly different, but they're fine too, and they have the screw so they can be tightened up, and I have no problem with this one being in tune. So that's the kind of the main thing to look out for. So we've looked at budget and the size, and then it comes down to the sound is pretty important, I think. So yeah, you can live with a cheaper ukulele, but if it's really bad quality, then you can't hear, because when I'm teaching, I like to get you to develop your ear, and I want you to be able to hear that the chord you're playing is correct. And if it's an instrument that you can't keep in tune, well then you don't really know. You're just playing and hoping for the best, and it's not going to sound good. So then it comes down to just colour and style. There's loads of varieties now in colour, different types of woods, different shapes, and some of them are very pretty. And you know, I think with the ukulele as well, they have a lot of character, and I think it's important that you actually like your ukulele, because if you're going to learn how to play it, you want to be excited, and you see it and you're going, yes, I'm going to play my ukulele. So do give consideration as well to what it looks like, but you know, the sound at the end of the day is really important. So the other thing you might want to think about is accessories. So that you don't really need anything, but what's very useful is a tuner. So you'll get this when you're buying your ukulele, you'll get one of these in the shop. They're less than a tenner, and I'll just turn it on there. And it just means that you can tune your ukulele easily. Now some ukuleles will have a built-in tuner, and that's grand too, but it is important when we're playing in a group to have one of these, because it just makes things life easier. The other thing that's useful is a bag, a carry bag. So you can get a colourful one, or this is just a plain black one. If your ukulele comes with a case, well and good. If not, you just might want to think about, like this one has a little zip pocket in the front of it. So that's just handy, you can carry your tuner in there. This doesn't have anything, so that's not so handy, but it has a little strap. And this one you can put on your back, so that's quite handy. And some ones you'll get, especially with the cheaper ones, they'll just be material, so they're not actually giving your ukulele any protection, and you know, they are quite delicate, they can take a knock. So these ones are kind of like, these are kind of nice padded materials, so that's something you might want to consider. And it won't cost very much. You can just use the box that you get your ukulele in, but it won't keep it dry. If you're going out and not easy to carry, you might, you know, lose the box. The other thing that I think is amazing, fantastic, is this. And this is a stand. I got it on Amazon. I think it cost me 11 quid or something like that. But it's brilliant, and it just comes apart very easily. But the idea is that you keep your ukulele sitting on it at all times in a prominent position. So I'll just hold it up now so you can see it. So look, you just sit your ukulele in here. So what can happen is you go to your ukulele class, you have your ukulele, you come home and you have it in your bag and you put it somewhere safe so your kids or your dog is not going to get at it. And then the week goes by and you think, I really must do my ukulele practice, but somehow you don't quite get around to doing it. But when you come home and you take your ukulele straight out of your bag and pop it onto your stand in a prominent place, like near the kettle or something like that, you can just have a quick few strums and you'll be surprised you'll get lots of little practices done in the week, which is really what it's all about when you're building the new skills. So I think that's all I want to say, really. I just want to keep that very simple. summary, you need a ukulele, a tuner would be good, a stand or a bag are optional extras. If you have any questions, just give me a shout, and looking forward to teaching you ukulele. Okay, bye.